Well, you see, whatever is the current secular, if you like, what's going on in the world, view and preoccupation and fascination constantly overwrites the past inherited views. So in 2020s, we're obsessed with conspiracy theories, portholes, aliens, time travel, and I'm gonna be very emotive here. It scruffs over what the inherited views are of the previous age. And we get a modern media religion. It's an entertainment. That's not a unique criticism of such. I mean, it's been so down the ages. The ritual was an entertainment. The meetings, the Sunday services of Christianity, or the rites, or the great feasts of whatever religion you look at, were an entertainment where the populace took time off and indulged in the current fantasy, imagination, vision of that which made life meaningful, was a rescue in its way from all that seemed unsatisfactory, to put it mildly, in the experienced world, day in, day out. Religion has been the saviour of man, both the common populace and the hierarchy, to protect its position. I mean, you can't help feeling that Karl Marx was so right in that view, now ascribed to him anyway, that religion was the opiate of the masses, and found very much to be in the interests of the hierarchy in the world, extremely worldly hierarchy. And so we see down the ages that no matter what the purity of the teaching may have been, before someone may have got hold of it and rewritten it, we still end up with the tyranny of a few dominating and benefiting much in their position. We can say that the kings of the Persian Empire were Zoroastrian, and we can say that the Emperor of Rome became Christian, and that the kings of Europe were Christian. But they be the complete opposite of what the purity of the founding teaching can be conceived of as being. We are not dealing with history. We are dealing with an unfolding historicity. You look for the rhyme and reason, the truth of such. It's like looking at the development of the film world from shadow shapes on the wall to Charlie Chaplin with no words, to Ben-Hur and Gone with the Wind. You think you find rhyme and reason in linking them together? No, they are just an unfolding experience of what may have been. And many of the links are now missing. Films that were just forgotten. Plays that were written and lost. Even the author is extremely doubtful. Was it Shakespeare or was it someone else that wrote it? And was it just a rewrite of something else? And sometimes quite explicitly so. Do I really think when I played the part of Mark Antony that I was playing history? That I'd got the words he said in such detail and such eloquence? Not very likely as I read the words of Jesus or of Zoroaster, remembered by someone a few decades, even a couple of 100 years later. I don't think so. It was said there were lies, damned lies and statistics, but I tell you there's religion. Even if I stand alone. I'm come that you might have life and have it more abundantly, whether it's in the name of Ahura Mazda or Zoroaster, Yahweh, Jehovah, or Jesus. Fiction and historicity go hand in hand. But then imagination and vision do also. It is what we value that determines our will and action, who we are. The current media is always fashioning the future reality from its historicity of the past. You cannot imagine the reality of tomorrow from the imagination of the present, or the reality of the past. For you only have what is found to be your present values. And they are who you are. Our values and the longings that come from such are the cradle of an unknown tomorrow. But as Descartes says, I think, and so find that I am, and the incredibility of the existence of such is the reality of all that I become. This is the freedom and the sovereignty dreamt of such value. The hope that frees us to be according to the thoughts that we have, and the confinement of such. I think, therefore I am, has become the desired truth, that thought is what I am. All being is of thought, taken to be experience, what we think of as reality. But I am come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Life eternal. Whatsoever is good and lovely, think on these things. The thought is a transformation of gratitude and hope that springs from such into all that is of life eternal. Trust, joy and peace, purity of love, appreciation, thankfulness, relationship that is life itself. The presence of, the experience of, the thought of, the knowing of thee, the only true God, the very foundation of all the life that I am, child of God, our dearest friend. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.